Welcome everyone, Adam, the Woo here. Today's adventure brings us to Northern California, farmland territory. In the mid-90s, Wes Craven directed and released upon the world a little film that ended up rejuvenating the horror slasher. There's a bunch of cows behind me. Some of the locations have been very difficult to see until now. And that's what this particular episode is all about. Oh yes, it's gonna be good. Join me. I have a spider web on my finger too. Shall you? On my way to one specific spot where scene 118, A, B, C, D, E, F, etc., took place. A very lengthy shooting schedule. The climactic showdown upon a multitude of other things. We're going to be where I'm headed. An opportunity that, dare I say, only comes along once in a lifetime. I have to make the best of it. You'll notice the sign states private drive. However, the gate is open and it's accessible. Got to go up to the top of that hill. Driveway looks familiar. And as I peek through these two trees, oh my goodness. Is this really happening? It's the house from Scream. One thing not shown on screen is how much property this encompasses and how beautiful the view is. I'm in the backyard looking at the rear of the structure. At first glance you would assume this is the front, but it's not, although there is a door back here as well. Don't know the exact square footage, but this place is big. It'd be a heck of a place to reside. My goal is to match up as many items as possible of what it looked like then versus what it looks like now, at the starting point of when you first see this premises in the movie. We're gonna step directly into horror screen used history. As the deputy vehicle goes upward in the news van, directly behind them, it was up this little incline. Now the fence to the right and the barn at the top have been removed, but you know, the road still looks the same. If you want to take it a step further, look at the discoloration on the right of the pavement. That still remains. You can see how it goes to here and then changes color, which would be precisely where the car was at. The girls would have been dropped off here and make their way into the party. The middle second floor stained glass window has been removed and that fountain has been shifted just a little bit. Reference point of what it looked like from a crane shot. I'm a little bit lower, but you kind of get the general idea. I stepped inside now. I'm going to head towards the garage, the same route that Tatum takes as pictured here. Through that doorway is where she runs into her demise. Once in the garage, she's looking down a small staircase, standing right over there. When she clicks the light on, she also opens the middle garage door partway and then it recloses. Walking towards the refrigerator to get some beer, it would have been underneath the second window to the left, right about there. Originally would have been placed here, but there is a fridge on site right there. First I got really excited and then I realized it's not the same. Very similar, but there's a couple little differences that prove that it was changed out. The size of the freezer section, a little taller on this one, and this little indentation down here, that circular item, not the same. The railing is identical, repainted on the steps, and it was a very interesting camera angle, kind of like that as she approached Ghostface. And not only is the normal door the same, but the switch that lowers the big garage door is still here as well. Take a look at that. Oh my gosh. Of course, the cat doggy door is not there anymore. But that just happened. Tried to protect herself by launching beer bottles at him, slowed him down just a little bit, then he started flailing and charged towards her, flipping over top and landing right there on those stairs. Have to get down low to get the right angle. But that's more or less it. Now heading back into the main homestead area. I'm really trying to wrap my head around this whole experience. Into the dining room. There's a table here at the moment, but against those windows is where Randy was standing next to the VHS player explaining the rules. And while the drapes look very similar, they are not precisely the same. A couple different pattern designs on the ones back then. First I thought they were original, but I was wrong. As he slides through the doorway and says, "I'll be right back," I notice just a couple slight changes. The stained glass up there is gone, and in real life there is a door that swings inward that was not there in the movie. Another interesting tidbit, front door's there, TV room there, back door here, so it means every party guest that entered into there came through the front door, not this one. Also should point out this circular driveway, the pavement closest to the home is where Dewey was parked. Farthest away was where Gail and the news van parked. Also a volleyball net and fence line right here around this little grassy area, as seen as they meander off to find the dad's car. Totally opposite of, in reality, where they would be heading, which would be downhill. They're going upward, and off to the right side of the road there, they placed a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit sign. No real reason for someone to be driving at that speed up what is basically the driveway on site. But they were. They jump out of the way, roll off into the woods, give each other a kiss, and then realize the car is right behind those trees. The only real clues are the angle of the trees themselves. Notice the one to the left of where you're looking, and directly straight ahead, it's very obvious as that one, the skinny one, just to the side of the bigger portion, goes upward and then branches out at a perpendicular angle. That would be seen above Courtney's head, which means the car is right basically in front of where I'm standing. Back inside now, where a little lovemaking was taking place upstairs. Obviously not the same bed. The mattress and frame has been changed out, but the backdrop definitely lets you know this is the right spot. Standing in this corner, wiping the blade off, notice the tile in that bathroom back there can be seen right there. Yeah, look, same tile. Leaps away and towards the sliding door, which just so happens to be the same one from back then. Pushes it open very rapidly and then turns the lock located right there. Pretty cool how bent up it is and all the scratches that remain all these years later. From here you can really see how big the inside is. She runs along here and then turns suddenly, and he's waiting. Well, I should say not waiting. He starts running up directly towards her. She's not safe. She's not safe. Another relatively low angle from this point. There was a drape over that backdrop back there, and you can see the lighting has been changed out over the years. I've closed it in the same fashion where sticking his head through. The interesting thing is there's a lot of marks left on that. All scuffed up. Little wounds from the filming process. Pretty intense. Little mementos of the past. Above the laundry room near the garage, if you circle around and then upward, is the attic space, which has been cleaned up nicely There's no stuff stored up here anymore. Seeing the news van down on the lawn yelling for help, but it's not doing any good. No matter how much she screams, I don't think help's coming. Since he's coming in fast, the next choice would be to go out this window. This very window. Hang on the ledge. Luckily there's a boat. There was a boat down the driveway to break her fall. That's a pretty good fall for anyone from way up there. And as she rolls off the boat onto the ground, looks up and sees her friend hanging. It was the middle bay, and you can see the loft storage area for just a glimpse behind her. Another interesting fact is the garage door opener itself is the same one, designated Pro 82, and you can see where the light was stuck with that glue. Now it's on the side, but back then it was like protruding from the bottom of this. There you go. Take a look at that, and then take a look at that. When Dewey comes in to save the day, it's one of the few times you see this particular angle. Here, notice the banister going upstairs, and even that light switch right there can be seen. There it is, right next to his shoulder. So he's pointing the gun upward, but she would have been pointing it up that way. He's kind of confused because he hears screaming and then realizes it's a movie. It's John Carpenter's Halloween, which is playing on the television set right over there, and he breathes a sigh of relief. I'm kneeling down just a bit to get the appropriate height ratio of the hidden camera that was pointing at Randy, and you can see Ghostface just about to throw his knife into him when he hears something outside and bolts down the hallway. Back outside, Sydney's trying to get back indoors when she's met by him right in the front. Obviously that wasn't an option. Turns and runs the other way. I'm almost waiting for a killer to run out of there. It's just kind of bizarre standing here. The white picket fence is gone, no longer here, where the guys are trying to do the convincing that they didn't do it. It wasn't them. They promise. Color pattern's the same, as is the doorbell and talk box located above it. Over there to the side. She doesn't believe him. There are 3 rugs that look eerily similar, but after closer observation you notice they're not the same, close, but not the same ones. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the kitchen. Holy cow. It's pretty much the same. The little counter space in the middle and microwave. Check that out, right there. That's the same freaking microwave. And maybe more amazing than that, where Matthew Lillard says, "It's a Scream, baby." The refrigerator, it's the same fridge. And that little closet over there in the corner is once again where he says, "I'll be right back." Now there used to be another cabinet that connected with this one. Nev was in awe, stating, "You guys watch too many movies." That's the cleaned up version of her statement. Even the designs on the wall above the stove and the flume are identical. And the lights. Wow. Let's just soak this in for a moment. That desk was pretty much drenched in blood as was this entire proximity. This is amazing. And obviously, this was also where the dad was, and Stu went in to this little pantry glassware closet and pulled him out. Pretty scary stuff. Jiffy Pop? Anyone? Back into the front foyer, yet another closet that she jumps out of with an umbrella, stabs it near the heart of Billy. Let's just see what's... Whoa, 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 wait a second. There is an umbrella and an outfit. I wonder if someone's gonna open this door and leave a surprise. Very painful, to say the least. You don't want that, you don't want that happening to you. You don't want that jabbed into your torso. I had hoped under the mantle where they were watching the videos, the skeleton carved out of wood, I had hoped that that would still be here, but it's not. One other thing over there in the corner is where Stu gets his head crushed by the television. I always had a thing for you, Sid. Some of the cast hanging out under that iconic chandelier below the second floor, right about there. You can see they're looking with bewilderment. And to be on the safe side, Billy was shot in the head. Not in my movie. Okay, final shot. Making my way onto the grass, just like Gale Weathers did. Giving a wrap-up news report. Breaking information. The final scene. So freaking awesome. And the camera pans off just a little bit to the left. Credit sequence rolls. And we're done. That's going to do it for today. If you're new here, please subscribe. By doing so, helps keep you in the loop and up to date on future endeavors, adventures I will be going on, as well as uploads here on this channel. Take it a step further, ring that notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over. Just to be courteous, if you're going to leave at a rapid pace to see Principal Hembry on the goalpost, make sure you go along the allotted pathway. Don't skid off through this grassy area, you know, leaving marks peeling out. It's definitely frowned upon. Hold on, do it again. That's creepy.
It's so weird.